Introduction. What happens when you stop caring? Stoicism. Have you ever wondered why, when you finally stop caring so much about everything, life begins to fall into place? Why do those who seem to care the least often end up being the most successful? Society teaches us from an early age that the key to success is investing emotionally in our jobs, relationships, and public image. We're told to give it our all, to care deeply about everything in order to get ahead. But what if I told you this mindset is holding you back? That the more you invest in things outside of your control, the more you expose yourself to failure and disappointment. This isn't just an opinion, it's rooted in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed in focusing solely on what you can control: your actions, your thoughts, and your responses to the world around you. They understood that detaching from things outside your control is the key to true freedom and strength. When you cling to outcomes, whether that's approval, success, or validation, you give away your power. But when you let go of these attachments, when you stop caring so much about what happens next, you unlock a resilience that most people will never experience. This is the true strength of Stoicism. In this guide, we're going to explore how adopting the Stoic mindset of detachment can transform your life. We'll dive into the practical application of these principles and explore why embracing a mindset of not caring is, in fact, the secret to living a life of purpose and power. The power of detachment, the uncomfortable truth. Caring too much makes you weak. Let's begin by addressing something that most people won't tell you. Caring too much makes you weak. This uncomfortable truth is at the core of Stoic philosophy, and it's a lesson that society doesn't want you to learn, especially as a man. From a young age, we're conditioned to believe that emotional investment in our jobs, relationships, and public image is necessary for success. We're told that to be a good person, you must care deeply about what others think, what you achieve, and how you appear. But the Stoics would argue that this very mindset is what keeps us trapped. The more you emotionally invest in things outside of your control, the more susceptible you become to suffering. Why? Because outcomes are unpredictable, and the more you tie your sense of worth to them, the more vulnerable you become to disappointment. Success, approval, and validation are fleeting. They are not within your control. The Stoics taught us to focus on what we can control: our own thoughts, actions, and responses. Everything else is external, and thus not worth our emotional energy. By detaching ourselves from these external results, we free ourselves from the fear and anxiety that come with trying to control the uncontrollable. The Stoic mindset: focus on what you can control. The Stoics weren't advocating for apathy or indifference. Rather, they were teaching us to be mindful of where we direct our energy. When you stop caring about the things that you can't control, you immediately tap into a deeper sense of inner peace and purpose. The Stoic mindset isn't about withdrawing from life or disengaging with the world. It's about shifting your focus from external validation to internal growth. It's about recognizing that the only thing truly within your power is your own mind. And when you learn to master your thoughts, emotions, and actions, the external world begins to lose its grip on you. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Much of our anxiety and suffering stems from our attachment to outcomes, whether it's the fear of failure, the desire for recognition, or the need for approval. When we stop caring so much about these external factors, we realize that we have the power to create our own inner stability, regardless of what's happening around us. 2. Letting go of expectations. Expectations are the root of disappointment. Another crucial aspect of Stoicism is the idea of letting go of expectations. One of the primary causes of our suffering is the gap between our expectations and reality. When we set expectations for how things should be, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment. The Stoics believed that the key to emotional freedom is to free ourselves from these expectations. Instead of hoping for a particular outcome, we should aim to act in a way that aligns with our values and principles, without concern for how the world responds. This mindset is liberating because it shifts the focus from external results to internal integrity. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The Stoics understood that while we can't control what happens to us, we can always control our response. By eliminating the attachment to expectations, we create space for resilience and adaptability, no matter the outcome. Cultivating equanimity. Equanimity is the ability to remain calm and balanced in the face of life's ups and downs. It's about not letting the highs get too high or the lows get too low. By practicing detachment and letting go of expectations, we build the mental strength needed to remain steady through all of life's challenges. Imagine being able to face criticism without taking it personally, or to experience failure without feeling like it defines you. This is the power of equanimity. It's the result of focusing on what you can control and releasing attachment to everything else. 3. Embracing the present moment. The only moment that matters is now. A significant aspect of Stoic philosophy is the idea of living in the present moment. The Stoics recognized that the past is gone and the future is uncertain. The only time you truly have is now. By letting go of regrets about the past and fears about the future, you become fully present. This presence allows you to act with clarity, without being clouded by emotions or worries about what may or may not happen. The Stoics didn't deny the importance of planning for the future or reflecting on the past, but they emphasized that neither of these should dominate your thoughts. Practicing mindfulness and self-awareness. Mindfulness, or the practice of being fully aware in the present moment, is a core Stoic practice. The Stoics were early practitioners of what we would now call mindfulness. They believed that by being fully aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions, we could avoid being swept away by emotions or external events. When you practice mindfulness, you develop the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without becoming attached to them. You learn to recognize that feelings are just temporary states, not permanent truths. This is the key to mastering your emotional world and reducing suffering. Conclusion: the freedom of detachment. In the end, what happens when you stop caring? You free yourself, free from the fear of failure, free from the need for validation, free from the anxiety of expectations. By embracing the Stoic mindset of detachment, you gain control over your inner world and can face life's challenges with resilience, clarity, and purpose. The Stoics understood that true strength doesn't come from controlling the external world, but from mastering yourself. When you stop caring about things outside your control, you tap into an inner power that cannot be taken away. This is the secret to living a life of freedom and fulfillment. So, if you've ever felt like you're chasing life rather than living it, remember this: the key to true peace